Consider the brilliant doctor or the highly educated engineer. These are professionals who earn top-tier wages, yet consistently find themselves walking exhausted on a financial treadmill, drowning in escalating debt. You would expect a massive promotion or a substantial pay raise to solve their money problems. Yet 5 years down the line, these same high earners often hold even more debt and work even longer hours to keep up. The root cause of this paradox starts in the classroom. Our educational system is hyper-focused on scholastic and professional skills. It trains us relentlessly on how to work for money, but it leaves a massive vacuum regarding what to actually do with that money once it hits our bank accounts. Without financial literacy, a higher salary doesn't fix a failing balance sheet. It only accelerates the structural flaws in how a person manages their cash flow, pumping more water through a leaky pipe. This cycle is driven by two very human emotions: fear and greed. The terror of missing bill payments pushes people out the door to work every morning. Then, the moment the paycheck arrives, the immediate desire for a better car or a bigger television takes over. These emotional drivers dictate daily behavior. They make it easy to blindly accept popular financial dogma. It's why people repeat phrases like, "Your home is your greatest investment," or "play it safe," without ever looking at the math behind those statements. Until a person learns to read the objective numbers behind their choices, they remain prisoners to this psychological loop. They are reacting to their feelings instead of thinking with their head. This flowchart shows the uncompromising rule of financial literacy. Assets flow directly into your pocket. Liabilities pull money out. The middle class misidentifies liabilities, like a dream home, as assets. Buying one opens massive exit pipes, mortgages, taxes, and credit-fueled lifestyle inflation, violently emptying your cash. To pay for this mounting debt, you work harder to earn a higher salary. But climbing the corporate ladder triggers a hidden penalty known as bracket creep. As wages rise, the government simply takes a larger percentage of your paycheck in taxes. For the middle class, a pay raise is a mathematical trap. It doesn't build wealth. It funds a wider network of debt pipes and heavier financial bleeding. The wealthy direct their incoming cash completely differently. Before any luxuries are bought, their money flows straight into a fortified asset column, like income-generating real estate or stocks, which then loops back to generate its own secondary stream of income. This requires a distinct mindset. The rich treat every single invested dollar as an employee, and that employee's only job is to work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to produce more dollars. They still buy luxuries, but with a crucial distinction. They only purchase that new car or vacation using the excess cash generated by these asset employees, never with their own physical labor. They aren't just hoarding money in savings accounts. They are engineering autonomous machines that print cash, entirely divorcing their income from their time. To keep the money those machines make, you have to navigate taxes. Historically, the income tax was sold to the public as a Robin Hood penalty, designed exclusively to target the wealthy. But as the government's appetite for revenue grew, that tax net steadily expanded to devour the middle class. The rich utilized a legal escape hatch to outsmart the system: the corporation. A corporation isn't necessarily a massive factory with hundreds of workers. It is often just a legal file folder sitting in an attorney's office that acts as a protective shield around their wealth. Look at this split-screen comparison. On top is the employee flow. You earn income, the government extracts massive taxes, and you survive on leftovers. On the bottom is the corporate flow. It earns money, spends everything on pre-tax expenses, and pays taxes on microscopic scraps. True financial power belongs to those who control the legal structures of money. It transforms the tax code from an unavoidable penalty into a strategic advantage. This brings us to visionary thinker and inventor R. Buckminster Fuller, who proposed a highly objective way to define financial success. Fuller realized that a high net worth dollar amount is often inflated with depreciating junk like cars and golf clubs. Instead, he measured wealth in time. Specifically, if you completely stopped working today, how many days forward could you survive? You measure this survivability by comparing the monthly cash flow generated by your asset column directly against your monthly living expenses. The ultimate finish line is achieved the exact moment your autonomous assets pay for your life, effectively making you permanently immune to the need for a paycheck. Reaching that finish line requires separating your daily job from your actual business. Take Ray Kroc, the man who built McDonald's. Kroc famously asked a group of university students what business they thought he was in. They laughed, assuming it was the hamburger business. Kroc corrected them. His profession was selling hamburgers, but his actual business was quietly acquiring the most valuable real estate intersections in the world. The average worker does the exact opposite. They spend their entire life minding someone else's business, working to make their employer wealthy, paying the government, and funding the bank's mortgage, while leaving their own asset column totally empty. In an era of rapid economic change and continuous corporate downsizing, clinging to a safe job is the greatest liability. True security comes only from mastering financial literacy and ruthlessly minding your own business.